Café Anyway. Hello, it's Mike. I'm at Café Anyway.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
Here in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, in the land of Ameritopica, it is episode
Mike's Daily Podcast
2815. How are we? Are we doing okay? Can you see that I am singing you a song that was written by a AI robot guy person? And it was a good song, wasn't it? Fairly decent. It was great.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I am not going to take credit for that song, even though I am the one to credit
Mike's
for that song.
Daily
But here we go
Podcast
with Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so what we have here is the wonderful world of Mike not being an influencer. Mike's just a podcaster. Mike's a broadcaster first, then he became a podcaster. Haha, came up with something new there. But that doesn't sound good. I'm not one that really likes prods. But props, those are fun. A propcaster. At any rate, what happened is I got into podcasting around 2008, 2009. And I've been doing this for 2,815 episodes, 2815, and $21 billion is what the industry that the influencers have created is worth. 21 billion, and apparently they have an ad fraud problem. Influencer marketing is booming, and brands spend billions to promote products with a personal touch. Hi there. I use this particular product. It's like back in the day. The more things change, the more they stay the same. This is just the same stuff in those old-timey radio shows.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Hello, I'm Jack Benny, and I like to smoke this brand. I think it was Lucky Strike, wasn't it? The podcast picture is not of that, and don't smoke. Whatever you do, don't even get started. But the podcast picture is of the beautiful Pillar Point Harbor there near Half Moon Bay. I was there recently with my lovely lady friend, and it is a place that I used to take the late great Basil the Boxer to all the time. And we remembered him, miss him oh so much. He's been gone almost 4 years. So we're thinking a lot about him and that wonderful jolly dog. We did not take the cat with us this time. Rocky stayed home, and I think he was happy because of that. But we walked around, had a great time, ate at the Miramar restaurant for the very first time. And there was a piano player there that used to perform with David A. Stewart of the Eurythmics, used to work with him. And we had some lovely artichoke cakes. Artichoke cakes. They're like crab cakes, but with artichokes. Okay. And got a beer at Hop Dogma. Just one. Hey, my point is, none of that you're going to buy because I don't influence you for anything. Nothing. I have no influencing power. But the influencer marketing is booming. I guess the market, we should say. This from Rob Black. I produce his podcast, and he is heard on the radio on AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings. That's right.
The word of dog.
Yes, the late great Basil the Boxer. He would have enjoyed that trip we took yesterday. You were there in spirit, my friend. But Rob Black does this show called The Rob Black Show, and he is heard on AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings. And he is also on Cron TV in the 9 o'clock hour, Monday through Thursday, on camera doing some... Yeah. Just breathtaking type video that helps you with your business type stuff in the world of business. And what's going on with money all over the place in this great big land. And influencers got a lot of money. Let's see. $1.6 billion is what the influencer market had in 2016.
Mike's Matthewsman Park.
Yeah. 8 years ago.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
We're going up and down like a roller coaster with these fascinating statistics. But it jumped from 1.6 billion and went up to 21 billion in 2023. And then this year it's jumped to 24 billion. But the industry creates problems for brands, audiences, and influencers alike. Influencers are just a revamped version of the classic celebrity endorsement, shrunk down for small-time personalities with niche audiences. Years and years ago when I first got into radio, and I'm thinking,
Mike's out of left field recordings.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
I mean, I thought, should I get into the world of radio? Yeah, because I'm a little bit out of left field. Is this a place for me? And I talked to a guy who was also just starting out in radio, and he said, and I think I forgot his name, but I'm sure he went far because he was very smart. He said, radio will get more and more, or the audio industry will get more and more into niche type things. And back then we just had 3 or 4 music charts that suddenly split into all sorts of music charts and music formats. By the end of the 90s, there were all kinds. He was right. He told me that in the late 80s.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
And what is more niche than podcasts? I mean, when you do a podcast, they tell you, now tell us what category this is in. Is it comedy? No. Is it news? No. What is it? Is it health? Is it religion? Is it sports? So the practice, what happens is, speaking of Mike, they're not Michael Jordan for Nike or George Foreman for the electric grill, which I wish I could hand George Foreman the electric bill I got for using his electric grill. But hey, sometimes I made some good stuff with it. So they're just small-time personalities, these new influencers who have come along with their niche audiences. And there are here at Café Anyway, we're outside, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Nothing fake about that. The last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. Fake influencers can defraud brands by purchasing followers or manipulating their metrics. It happens all the time. I know this one guy that went from the radio world into the social media world, and he has faked and lied and been fakety-fake about everything that is behind him. It is all smoke and mirrors. The practice costs businesses about 15% of their ad spending, totaling more than $1.3 billion.
Mr. President, are you suggesting President Biden's using cocaine?
I don't know what he's using, but that was not, he was higher than a kite. And by the way, it was the worst address I've ever seen. State of the Nation. I'll tell you, State of the Union, that's not State of the Union because he doesn't represent us properly. That I can tell you.
Speaking of fake news, so the practice costs business about 15% of their ad spending because they're spending money on the influencers, and the amount of money that they lost totaled $1.3 billion. This in 2019. In 2022, the SEC settled with Kim Kardashian for $1.25 million after she failed to disclose a $250,000 payment she received to promote crypto tokens on her Instagram page. Yeah, even Kim Kardashian is not above it. Even though, wow, everybody wanted to buy her, what was the thing that she was selling? The thing, was it Spanx? Is that what it was? Lindsay Lohan, Naomi Campbell.
The Fascinating Material Project. FM Project.
This is all fascinating material. They also have been subject to federal investigations. Poor Lindsay Lohan. You know, she once tried to start off a music career after all, she does sing in Freaky Friday. And I think they're doing a reunion of that, her and Jamie Lee Curtis. But she was going to start off a singing career, and she had Gloria Estefan and Emilio, her husband, Gloria's husband. They were going to produce her record, and somehow that all fell apart. I forgot what the reason was, but could it have been drugs, alcohol, other things? Who knows? But Black and Hispanic content creators, magnification. This is magnified. This is crazy. So things are not equal in the world of influencing either, because there is a pay gap compared with white creators. 35% Black and Hispanic content creators get less. There are reports of fake talent management firms requesting $300 deposits. That is a scam to fool wannabe influencers. And everybody wants to be influencers. The guy that I interviewed years ago, Cure for Gravity, really nice guy. He has a great band. Got to see him perform a couple times. He's now trying to be an influencer. He's jumping out of planes, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. What? Why? Because there's money involved. Maybe he spent $300.
A fine article.
You silly, great, fat article.
With his talent manager. But the thing is he was already pretty wealthy with a startup business he did in the tech industry. So, yes, that's a fine article. A fine, interesting thing going on. Speaking of the tech industry, Tesla, they got their supercharger team in a super confusing move. Tesla was set to be the 21st century gas station for EVs. You've seen all those charging stations everywhere. And people use them. And what better way is to get people into electric cars and to have, you got to have charging stations. Tesla was set to be the 21st century gas station for electric vehicles this week on the heels of a groundbreaking deal with China. This was actually last week. The company laid off its entire 500-person ultra-successful supercharger team. Tesla's superchargers, the charging industry gold standard, are critical to widespread EV adoption due to their reliability and efficiency. Tesla delivered 8% of the public charging electricity demanded globally last year. 8%. Tesla, yes, globally. 8%. Tesla's, I don't know why we're applauding that. I don't own any Tesla stock. Annual profit from supercharging Tesla gets was set to rise to around $740 million by the year 2030. Without Tesla leading the charge, a lot of companies are left hanging. That would include everyone from Rivian to Ford, Chevy, GM, BMWs, Mercedes-Benzes, Lucids, Nissan are all adopting Tesla's charger connector to give its customers access to the Tesla network. Construction work on supercharger sites, which that's happening everywhere you go. This guy I watch, the RVT or TV guy, he influences me. He makes me want to get an RV, but I'm not. But I watch his channel all the time because he drives around to all these amazing places around the country. Don't laugh at me. Don't judge. He was pointing out in one of his videos, look over there, that's Elon Musk. He's building a supercharger station right there. It was in the middle of Arizona in the super hot desert. But that construction's been put on hold, seemingly indefinitely. It may or may not be political, too. Last year, President Biden gave Elon a chunk of $7.5 billion, and he praised Musk for his decision to open Tesla chargers. Tesla will continue to grow its charging infrastructure, quote, at a slower pace for new locations, but will focus on 100%.
We love you, Mike.
Thank you. We'll focus on 100% uptime and expansion of existing locations. So that has some people going, should I drive or should I walk to lose weight? Or should I just order something from DoorDash? They dropped 13% after reporting a wider loss per share. That's odd to me. My lovely lady friend uses DoorDash, or what's the other one? The Uber Eats. Loves it. Well, and used car retailer Carvana, they went up. People want their used cars. Maybe they're not getting electric vehicles. 34% it flew up after reporting best ever earnings. They're doing really well. It's very interesting. So then Peloton, for those of you who don't want to walk, but you want to walk in place, but you want to use the nice, chic, cool machinery that then you become part of a group or whatever the heck it is on the internet. Peloton is laying off about 15% of its workforce. That amounts to about 400 people. CEO Barry McCarthy stepped down. Their $151 stock in 2020 has dropped all the way down to less than $3 from 151 bucks. That's not magnification. That's the opposite. Oh, and MedMen has declared bankruptcy. The dispensary, once declared the Apple Store of weed, now claims $410 million in debt. But if you are addicted to shopping, I know someone that is, that I'm rather close to, but 16% of parents think that their children are addicted to online shopping. Children 8 and younger spend about 2.4 hours a week online shopping. Oh, and let's see, those NFTs for the Bored Ape Yacht Club sold for millions in 2021. Their prices have dropped. What is they've dropped, not, I bet kombucha prices have gone up, but these prices have gone down by 90%. Once touted by celebrities like Justin Bieber and Paris Hilton, in 2021, a Bored Ape was auctioned by Sotheby's for a little over $24 million. Those NFTs have gone down 90%. I know a guy who's totally into that, NFTs. He was into it about 4 years back, and he was trying to explain to me why they're so priceless, why they're so expensive. Made no sense. Anything he was saying was just like blah, blah, blah. If it's on the internet, if it's digital, can't it be copied? Everything that's digital can be copied, can it? This podcast can be copied. Why? I don't know why. But what is the point? I don't get it. People just finding other reasons to throw money away. But that could have gone to something.
You will travel into the incredible universe.
Something positive, like a spaceship, to go into the incredible universe. Look who's here. Hello, Mike Matthews and Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I have a new spaceship snow globe, Mike Matthews. Oh, how apropos. Look, and when you shake it, there's no snow. It's like little stars floating around. That's fantastic. That's right, Mike Matthews. It's a real thing. It's not a stupid NFT, Mike Matthews. That's right, not a non-fungible token. That didn't take off, huh? Or did it? I heard crypto was going down, so those cryptocurrencies were going down too. But then next thing you know, they're going up. So I don't know. All I know is I got kicked off.
Cutting corners, corner.
The Cutting Corners Corner. Someone cut the corners off of Mike's Daily Podcast on TikTok. Yes, Mike's Daily Podcast is no longer on TikTok. It just, they suddenly suspended my account. I don't know why. Maybe because I never downloaded them on my phone. I only went through the website. But that's done. That's over with. I'm not putting any more effort into it. It did, however, get me into making reels on Instagram, so I can do a short 1-minute version of the podcast and upload it and try and get the word out about this. And if you can, please get the word out about this Mike's Daily Podcast. That'd be great. Thanks. Don't you love it when podcasters say, and tell your friends. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. Thanks. Right after I'm done shopping online. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, we're all here. Where's Bison Bentley?
He's not here today, Mike. We was hanging out talking about NFTs.
Hey, kids.
Hey.
It's me.
And clowns.
Do-Re-Mi the Clown.
Yeah, Mike. Do-Re-Mi the Clown. He's a strange guy. Mike Do-Re-Mi the Clown invented a time machine, but it only took us 1 minute into the future. That really wasn't that exciting, Mike Matthews. Oh, okay. Well, you can work on it. That joke would have been funnier if it only goes 1 second into the future, because that's basically what all of us do. We're all time travelers that go 1 second into the future every second. But that's neither here nor there or anywhere up there. What is that up there? Oh, it's in the trees. It's coming. It's a Kate Bush song. It's the end of the podcast. If you'd like to call in and submit an idea, maybe submit an idea, record it onto the phone with your idea mouth, saying things to help me with this podcast. That would be great to hear from you. Yes. Oh, what a great week this will be if you do that. To do that, call this number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Magnification.
And to magnify for you all the other places you can catch this podcast, the past podcast pictures and everything else, Mike's Daily Podcast.
Ginormous.
Why? Here is the website and email and all that. It's A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.